Good afternoon, Tom Ginn, G-Force. We will be right back. Well, good afternoon, Tom Ginn, G-Force. G is for gratitude. And today we're going to be talking about something that I think we've all experienced at some point in time. But we're going to talk a little bit about our mental faculties. But we're going to talk specifically today out of this book, The ABCs of Success, Bob Proctor. And we're going to be talking specifically about communication. And specifically intuition. But before I get into that, I just want to say what gratitude has done in my life. I believe it's one of the most powerful principles we can learn to practice in our lives. It changes our perspective. And I call gratitude the mortars between the bricks of life. And those brick walls we have are all the positive and the negatives, the disappointments. And if we don't have gratitude, that whole wall just tumbles down and we just have a mess and we can't figure out what's really going on. So it really gives a clear picture of where we're at. You can't keep a negative thought and a positive thought at the same time. It's impossible. So gratitude takes you to a place that brought you happiness and some joy, a good feeling, a good experience. And that's a good way to stop that cycle of negative thinking or emotions that are causing you to feel stuck, lost, or hurt. And so gratitude, when you really study it, it's a powerful spiritual principle, universal principle, a universal law, as Bob Proctor talks about, is gratitude. And I just encourage you to, when you feel a little upset, a little disappointed, go to gratitude. Be grateful for this moment. You know, this moment right now is the most important moment in your life. And how we deal with it's going to determine what happens next. Now, if we have a tragedy, we have a disappointment, gratitude's not going to eliminate the problem, but it gives us an opportunity to regroup, respond versus react. So there's a lot of power behind going to gratitude. If you lost a loved one, yes, we grieve. We're hurting because of the loss, but go to gratitude of what that person brought to your life, the value they brought to your life, and just watch what happens. And we don't focus in on the loss so much, but we focus in on the value, the purpose of that person being in your life. So gratitude is really, really a very powerful resource. Today, we're going to be talking out of something that I think we all have experienced. Is called how to develop your intuition, but intuition. I just got a guest coming in here. I just want to acknowledge. Hey, Ted, how you doing, man? I'm so grateful to know you. You're an awesome guy. Keep up the good work. And we'll be in touch real soon, my friend. But gratitude. But what I want to do today is just, we've all experienced it. We have that gut feeling when we're talking to somebody, or somebody walks into a room. That's that communication that's unseen. It's a vibrational level. It's a knowing, those type of things. We call it our sixth sense, maybe our sixth sense, the gut feel. And we all have an intuitive factor. And I'm just going to bring up this slide real quick here. Albert Einstein. I love Albert Einstein, his teaching, not just, physics goes way over my head, but his philosophy about thinking and how that works is phenomenal. He's a great personal development mentor with his words of wisdom. So let's take a look at what Albert Einstein says. The intuitive mind is a sacred gift, and the rational mind is a faithful servant. We have created a society that honors the servant and has forgotten the gift. Let's think about that for a moment. You know, we get hung up in the cognitive, intellectual, knowledge-based learning, and we think that's going to solve our problems. But intuition is a gift. It allows us to interact with people in a more effective way, or not interact with them based on communications that's going on at a subconscious level. And we get hung up on all the how-tos and all that, and trust your gut. You know, we've all had that experience. I should have trusted my gut, but we go to the reasoning, logical, analytical mind. And I'm going to bring up another image here. It's called of the stick person, just so you understand this is you and this is how we form our thoughts and what we pick up on. So I'm going to just bring this up real quick and share with some of the principles Bob Proctor's taught me, have me better understand how the thinking process works and how to change those thoughts at a subconscious level that give us results. And we'll talk about intuition here in a moment. This is what we call the stick person. You know, we are bombarded with stimuli. We see things, we hear things, we smell things, we taste things and touch things. This is the world that we live in. And that environment, that stimuli causes us to think. It's our conscious mind. And most people stay in the conscious mind and start applying different mental faculties, reasoning, intuition, perception, will, memory, and imagination. But see, we really operate, most people operate in the conscious level, but in how we look at things, but we really operating in the subconscious. This is the vibration. This is the communication I was talking about, intuition. And it creates how we respond or the actions we take to get the results. But let's talk about reason real quick. This is a programmed understanding of our reasoning. How do we come to a conclusion? Intuition is the one that we want to talk about today. Perception. The perception is only your point of view. It doesn't mean it's right or wrong. We can look at you and I could look at two things the same. Both of us looking at the same thing and then come up with two different ideas or thoughts what we perceived. Will. This is a very powerful one that is, if we really learn it, is the will, the focus, and how to put that to work for you. We heard the concept all the time of multitasking. You can't multitask and be effective. We talk about memory. We have the ability to know more stuff or hold memory, infinite amount of but like we've heard the concept, oh, I don't have a good memory. Well, there's people who could memorize this book word for word, page by page. We all have that capability. Just a matter of your level of interest determines how much you can memorize. Our imaginations, this is the genius factor. We've had that squashed in our culture. And when we understand that this is your genius factor, your imagination, everything changes. So I'm just going to come back off of it. Today, we're going to be talking about intuition. We see it all the time. High-level performers, and we talk maybe salespeople for a moment here, police detectives, custom agents, investigators, all sorts of things. They've developed a skill to be able to read and feel vibrations. And we can all learn to do that. Many times we have that gut feeling, but we don't know where it's coming from. But you can develop that. So how do you develop it? I really believe that you start by developing it, learning the process of listening, and just listen. And instead of trying to come up with the next thought, the next thing to say, if we just listen, be still, you will know that scriptural principle, be still in you and know that I am. And that's a principle. You got to be quiet. You can't be influenced by all the chatter, the touch, smell, sight, all those things we talked about, the stimuli. You learn to block those out and really listen. Now we listening with our ears, but there's another concept. You got to listen with the vibration. We listen from the inside out, and you can only do that learning how to calm your mind, only by calming your mind. So what we like to do is just tag and share this out here today, if you can. Turn on your notifications, share out. Appreciate it much. If you've got any comments, please put them in the comment. Um, so intuition, um, very powerful resource to improve your lot in life. See, when we have intuition, it feeds our confidence as well. It's a powerful, powerful thing that when we know that vibrational level, we know what that person's saying is going to say before they say it, or they're going to react a certain way, and you know how they're going to react. Not just because this could be a stranger, you just have a sensation of how they're going to respond. When we're in closer relationships, we pick up on that even quicker. Look at your relationship with your spouse, your children. How many times do we have it and you walk into the room and you sense there's something wrong? And it's just the body language, it's the vibration. So look in their eyes, and before they say anything, you know what's going on. As we learn this, you start paying more attention to the vibrations of people. That's a learned process. You don't learn this overnight. Some people have a higher sense of awareness in this area. As Bob Proctor says, our intuition is our most valuable mental tool we possess. Begin to consciously use it. You got to be conscious of it. And the rewards, as he says, will be well worth it. It's an area that if we really focus on that, the mental tools that we have, again, we can just improve everything in our lives, or improve our relationships, improve our businesses, be able to pick up people's feelings before they express them, and be able to just communicate more effectively. That's the key about intuition. And I would just want to close with this today. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown your own inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. Steve Jobs. And what he was saying there is that we're letting other people's dialogue and energy start controlling us. We let other people's thinkings influence us. We let the noise of all that the opinions of other people, their thoughts about things, their attitudes. Trust your own intuition. Follow your heart. Steve Jobs. There's a lot in those words if you really take it and dissect it, study it. Don't be trapped by dogma. The culture of our world, how we should think, how we should respond, how we should believe. Dogma. Whose is it? Your intuition, your core values, an intuitive feeling. That's why I made a shift in some of my, from one industry when I started my corporate world as a contract negotiator in the labor industry. It didn't feel right. It was contrary to my inner belief system, so I left it. A very lucrative career path. But I left it to do something that filled my heart. I had intuitive knowledge to move. When you have that feeling and you know it for sure, you know it, take action on it. Take action on your intuitive, because it's more right than wrong. Your cognitive, intellectual, reasoning mind, logic mind, your memory mind is programmed. It could be wrong programming. What are you listening to? Your intuition is the truest source of what's going on in and around you. Listen to it. With that all said, I just want to say I'm so grateful for this moment, grateful for those that are here. Tag and share this out. And I just want to ask this question. What fuels your day? What gets you excited? What gives you a smile on your face? What fuels your day? Try gratitude. Try gratitude the very first thing. Or you find yourself waking up and thinking immediately about getting the coffee made, getting the kids fed, and getting them out the door, getting to the office on time, worrying about the traffic, worrying all about worry. Or are you stopping and the first thing that you do is wake up with gratitude? I'm so grateful I'm here today. I'm so grateful here to serve. I'm so grateful to go out and make a difference in the world. And we all have that to be grateful for, something we need to be grateful. Try that as a practice. Before your feet hit the floor, sit there, take a deep breath, be still, and let intuition work, and be grateful for this moment. Be grateful for this moment. So with that all said, everybody have a great day. We'll see you on Friday. And we're going to be talking about compensation. The thinking about compensation. The thinking about earning more. Doing more. Very powerful one. Compensation. What you're worth. What you're worth. So with that all said, everybody have a great day. God bless everybody. I'm so grateful for this moment. So grateful for those that are listening. Tag and share.